Air shows are one of the greatest spectator sports in America today. Millions of people have discovered the thrill and excitement an air show provides for the whole family. This is why every summer, thousands of people travel to the small town of Ida Grove, Iowa, the site of the Aviation Expo, the most unique air show in the world. This is the show that mixes the best air show teams and the latest in the sport of radio control modeling. Modelers come from all over North America to show off their latest radio-controlled creation. Aviation Expo is the place to see the best and the biggest model aircraft. A good example of fine craftsmanship can be seen in this fleet biplane built by Tim Perkins.
This plane is made from the Concepts fleet biplane. It's made out of balsa wood and spruce and covered with cover, right? And I brought it to fit the engine. I bought the engine first. Always wanted it, so I got it. And
what is the engine?
It's a OS 5-cylinder, 4-stroke radial engine. And I wanted a plane that the cylinders would show like that and be to scale. There's a lot of pieces. Each wing rib is made out of 3 pieces just for one wing rib. And I've got, I figure, about 500 hours in it total. It was just a lot of fun. I was just going to detail some of the more outstanding features of it, and I found that I videotaped this, by the way, and that's where I got all my detailed information, was from that museum, because the basic kit doesn't include any of that. And I found that every time I'd look at my tape and see some new little detail, I wanted to see if I couldn't duplicate that. And now I see why these people do spend so much time. I never thought I'd ever do that, but it's a lot of fun. It's like eating peanuts. You can't stop. So you got everything.
Hi, I'm Leo Loudenslager, and I'd like to welcome you to Expo Aviation 1990. It's really a thrill for me to be here. This is my first year and in the heartland of Iowa. Great folks, good air show, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the weekend.
Leo Loudenslager is 7-time National Aerobatic Champion and 1980 World Aerobatic Champion. Leo designed and built his Bud Light Laser 200 specifically for aerobatic competition.
And copied by the rest of the world. Both the free and Iron Curtain countries copying this design. Now coming off the half, giving it once again, step holding the airplane on the 45-degree down line. Pulling back on the stick, just above the deck. Up to the right he goes once again. Looking up front to the right side of the canopy, picking up the rise and across the top. The step will run down. Rolling in the knife edge right to the upside down. Pulling back on the stick once again. Off to the right now, on the way up. Defying gravity all the way around to the Now let's see Leo set up foil. Point hesitation road. Watch for the nose to come up. Ever so slightly. Knife edge. Upside down. Knife edge and right side up again.
One of the world's largest scale model aircraft is this impressive B-17 Flying Fortress. It was built by the staff of Byron Originals and flown in the show by Kenny Bryant.
Well, my name is Kenneth Bryan, work for Byron Originals, and this is our new model of the B-17. It's a 1/5 scale model, which makes a wingspan of about 20 feet 8 inches, has a weight of 250 pounds. It flies on 4 A&M 4.2s with our 3-bladed prop system. It has bomb release and differential braking on the rudder so that we can keep it straight on the runway. The airplane is really quite a nice airplane to handle. There's a lot of time spent on something like this, a lot of hours, no real problems at all. We've had, initially on an airplane like this, I get out here by myself and run up and down the runway doing some taxi tests and just a gentle ease off the ground, put it back down. I did that for, probably 6 or 7 runs, just so I could get some idea of how the elevator response was, how the ailerons, how effective they were, this type of thing, and made it so that the first flight was really rather uneventful. But we did make the first test flight that evening, and it seemed just really natural to take off and just like I'd been flying it for quite some time.
The big B-17 was flown every day at Expo 90 and served as the finale after the Striking Back show.
That's right. Give him a hand. You would not believe the amount of work that goes into putting it in.
Shot, was I?
From Fernandina Beach, Florida, presented by Holiday Inn Hotels, it's the 4 biplanes of the Holiday Inn Aerobatic Team. Flying left wing is Kyoki Gray, the Flying Hawaiian. On the right wing is Randy Brox. Flying slot, Mike Van Wagenen. And team leader, T.J. Brown. The Holiday Inn team fly Pitt Specials S2 biplanes. These very light 1,150-pound aircraft are powered with 260 horsepower engines. Top speed on these small biplanes is 210 miles per hour.
To create
Here's a beautiful example of a stagger wing Model S. The kit is manufactured by Byron Originals. With over 500 registered model airplanes, Aviation Expo is the place to see every kind of radio-controlled aircraft imaginable. There are few modelers who not only bring fantastic models, but also bring the full size as well.
My name is Ralph Braun. I'm from Winnemac, Indiana, and got this model of a Cessna Citation II, which is 5.5 scale. The builders were Dave Escobar and Jerry Keller, and I placed them under contract a year ago this week to build this model for me. And they actually came through in record time with an outstanding looking aircraft as well as an outstanding flying aircraft. The aircraft was first shown at Toledo this spring, about 2 months ahead of schedule. And we got our test flights in just shortly thereafter. And we first originally flew it with the OS-91 engines with the Tom Cook ducted fans on it. And it was really out of scale. And one of the things that we tried to do with this ship was to try to keep it as close to scale as possible, because I also own the full scale of this plane also. And my achievement was realism and scale. So we pulled the 91s out and placed 65s in it. And at this particular time, we're really happy with them because they've been very reliable on the last 6 flights. And they're flying the plane in very scale. It's got a full fiberglass fuselage with foam core wings that are sheeted. And we're using a Airtronics Vision radio, which is performed flawless. We got Tom Cook's retractable gear on it. And all in all, it's just been a great project, and we really loved it. And it's for the last year has been kind of a dream, and the dream has come true now that we've got 10 successful flights on it with really no dings and scratches, hardly at all. And we hope to see all you people at the local flying fields, and we hope to be there flying for you. Thanks a lot.
Time for the photo pass. Get your cameras ready. Here she comes. Got a little bit of a headwind this time. There's the hand. Very good.
From Alto, New Mexico, Jim Franklin Air Shows present Czar and the Starship Pride. Jim Franklin pilots this Ted Smith Aerostar like an interstellar spacecraft. Watch the symmetry of the graceful aerobatics.
Symmetry and flawless execution of the maneuvers overhead. Realize the Czar is flying a single mission all Earthlings, so that he might return to Zucrania to fight the evil dictator Attila and his terrible regions from the planet Nazia.
Also part of the Jim Franklin Show is this 1940 Waco mystery ship. No one flies as smooth or low as Jim Franklin. Add to this Johnny and Tony Kazian, the only father and son wing walking team in America, and you have the most spectacular show on wings.
Now, the smoke goes off the power tool. Okay, sure, you're not quite rolling way out in front of the red shirt. Hey, just there's the finish line. As always, given to me by Johnny Kazian. That means you can only hang on with one hand. And shoot with the
The Byron International Airfield was designed specifically for giant-scale aircraft. Model aircraft are roughly broken down into two categories: ducted fan jet models and prop aircraft. Because of the speed difference in these two kinds of aircraft, they're flown at separate times. Prop airplanes make up the larger group. Joe Fangor brought this fine example of a P-38 in attack stripes.
I've scratch built this plane for my own plans. It's powered by a pair of Super Tiger 2500 swinging 18.8 propellers. Has a wingspan of 105 inches. When I built the plane, I made my own molds for the cowlings and for the intakes and the gear doors, and I made parts off of those. I made the spinners myself. Has Dave Platt mechanisms on the gear with Robart legs. Okay. Burt Baker canopy. I used the canopy from his kit for a canopy for, because this is about the same size. And it flies really well, and I'm really tickled with the way it handles. I have 61 flights on it now, and I haven't lost an engine yet, and I'm hoping I never do, but I think the plane is capable of flying on one engine, but whether or not I'm capable is another matter altogether.
And now, presented by Aviation Expo and the Byron Original Staff, the world-famous recreation of the South Pacific battles of World War II, Striking Back.
Expo.